Hello everyone and welcome back to the channel. I'd just like to go through and start off with saying thank you to all of you, to all the new and old subscribers. I'm still going to be doing for this whole month for just the number of subscribers. It translates into dollars that I'm going to donate to the local rescue shelter. So if y'all could just spread the word, help me out with that. Help out the kittens and everything so we can all do this together. Now, this is actually a holiday buying guide, which probably kind of translates into or transitions from everything. So, specifically for the Nintendo Switch 2. So, I'm going to go over some games that, I've personally played. I can attest for them, telling you they're very great games that most of the people in your life that are gamers, if they've got a Switch 2 looking for some games, these probably should be on their list. Some to try to avoid, as well as like some, I guess you could call them like honorable mentions. But these are all true physical games that I am suggesting for buying. Now, first game we have the most popular game that came out with the system. It came out with the bundle. You probably already know what I'm going to be saying. And we have right here, for Mario Kart World, this is a very good racing game. If you've played any of the Mario Karts, you're in for a really good time. It has amazing play for it as far as just, we've played it as for a family. So if you want to be able to play it as a family, pick it up for family members. I guess for people who just want to be able to go through and to play it with their friends, you can do that. It has online features, which is great for just being able to play the games if you don't want to just play against the AI computers. But the tracks themselves are not like your traditional Mario Kart tracks, where a lot of them aren't just the whole looping where you do 3 laps around the track. They're kind of like one long continuous track. And so, and they aren't your regular tracks where you can just basically just try to drift around the corners. You have rails to grind. You can wall ride. There's so many different ways to try to traverse each of these tracks and get ahead. And the fact that there are 24 carts, it gets hectic. You just get hit once from being in first, and next thing you know, you're already down into 20. It's crazy how fast you can lose your lead in this game. And it has so much gameplay for it other than just the regular tracks like the Grand Prix. You can also do the Knockout Tour, which is always fun. It's got your returning features, such as for doing for the battles, which those were always, if we didn't want to race around, we would always do the battles, like the verses. Those were always a fun time. And the newest feature that they have in here is this is a 3D kart where you can actually just tour the world and just drive around and experience it. And you're not just driving. There are the P switches, which give you challenges to do. And they encompass so many different aspects of the game, such as trying to, for gliding, to be able to catch coins or to get through rings that are up there in the air, or how you have to be able to wall jump to get, or wall ride to be able to collect coins, or how you're grinding up so many different things, not just rails. It's like you're grinding up power lines and everything. And there's just so much to do. Finding the Peach medallions. You got the question blocks that you have to drive over. This game has a lot going for it. And don't let the $80 price tag scare you, because you could get easily 80 hours worth of gameplay out of this game if you are a Mario Kart fan. There's just so much there. And next game that we have, this was a very one of the most popular games in this series. If I'm not mistaken, I think this is actually the best-selling game for the series. Got nominations for Game of the Year. And that game is Donkey Kong Bonanza. This was actually done by the same team that did Mario Odyssey. And it is a 3D Donkey Kong game in which you're trying to get to the Earth's core. I think it's the Earth. I don't know. Whatever it is. You're just trying to get to the core and to be able to grant your wish to be able to get back to the surface. And going through each of the different worlds, they're all vastly different. You have your bonanzas that you get where you can actually transform to get you different things. The elephant to be able to suck up all the terrain around you. You can fly with the ostrich, run fast with the zebra, destroy things a lot better with the I can't remember, like with the giant gorilla one. It's like the Kong Bonanza. And then there's the snake one, which basically slows time and allows you to jump higher. And it's just a really fun game. I had high expectations when I went into getting it, into playing it, based on the direct that they had. And it did not disappoint me. Yeah, it was a fun time, start to finish. I liked the story. There is some co-op there where you can have a second person who can control Pauline if you choose to, or you can play it solo. That's basically what I did. And how you are traversing every single world that I've seen some of these people, the moves that they make, jump, punch, spin, surfing in the air. I don't know how these people find all these tricks and shortcuts and everything else. I mean, that's on a whole different level from the games, from how I play a game. But it's interesting to watch all that, and just I can't express how great of a game this is. I mean, it has to be good if it got nominated for Game of the Year award, up there with Clair Obscur and some of the others. I mean, that alone should tell you that it's a great game. And I think if you can't go wrong trying to get this for people in your life, that especially if they're Donkey Kong fans, or if they're even fans of the Mario Odyssey. I mean, it's by the same team, but it's Donkey Kong instead of Mario. So, I mean, I know there's a big difference, but still, it was a fun time. This next one, people are torn on it. I've played it. I've enjoyed it. I've seen the criticisms that people have for it, but it doesn't detract from the gameplay for me. For it, it's a very, very good game, in my opinion. And that is for Pokemon Legends ZA. It is not like your typical Pokemon games, if that's what you're looking for, like the ones that you've played on the Switch. It is a lot like Arceus, but it's not. All taking place in Lumio City, and catching the Pokemon, it seems like a lot more different than what I've experienced. But I've been having fun collecting the Pokemon during the daytime, doing all the battles at night, how you're trying to sneak around to try to get advantage hits on opponents so they don't see you. And it's still having a diverse roster so you can try to make sure you can maximize how many different weaknesses you can take advantage of. And it's a very good Pokemon game in my opinion. And I think it's worth the price for it. I've got like 10 hours or so inside of it. I know it's not very much time inside the game, but I've greatly enjoyed playing it. I do not regret buying it or anything that any of these other people are trying to say that criticize it and put a damper on the game. It's a very good game in my opinion. And yes, I see the flaws. I'm not saying it's a perfect game, but it's a very good game. And especially for any Pokemon fans in your life looking to expand their Nintendo Switch 2 collection as a game, I feel like I can recommend to try and to add to your collection, their collection, anyone's for the Nintendo Switch 2. This next one is a fun time. I mean, I can't express how much fun it is, and I've been playing it for co-op, which the only problem I have is that when I've been trying to play it, there are these times in which, because me and my wife try to play together, where it goes through and it swaps and it forces you to be in the single player mode. So that's kind of annoying, but aside from that, it's a fun time. And that as far as new game here, came out not too long ago. Hyrule Warriors, Age of Imprisonment. It is great to be able to go back through into the world for, like, that's actually for Tears of the Kingdom, experience that timeline, everything going on through, I don't want to ruin the story, but it's going to have to get ruined anyways, the timeline and everything that you're experiencing from when Zelda travels back. And like any Warriors game, hundreds of enemies getting decimated, the different combos that you can do, it's all a fun time. You can pick different characters to be able to play as, to whatever play style that you like. And it's like no run through is ever really the same. Just you have a mini map trying to go through and figure out where it is you're needing to go for your, I guess it's like a mission or whatever you want to call it, but your main objective, I guess, is easier, and it runs smooth. The graphics and everything that you see is just great, back from Breath of the Wild and Tears of the Kingdom, and just being able to, that for that art style that they have, it's just great. And this was a really fun time that I've played. I have not beaten it, but we've had a really fun time just being able to play it. I mean, you just want to veg out, just kill some stuff, not really pay much attention to it, and de-stress a little bit. And this next one just recently came out as well, more so than this one, but I just picked it up not too long ago, like a week ago, for Hades 2. And yes, this one was actually also nominated for Game of the Year for how great of a game it was. I thoroughly enjoyed Hades, a lot more than I thought I would. And it was just because of the fact that the Hades 2 was coming out, which actually led me to, I was like, well, if they got a second game coming out, the first one must be pretty good. So I'll give it a shot. I checked it out, played it, absolutely liked it. I loved the Greek mythology and everything of it. I liked it when I was in school and everything, and I still like it to this day. And just learning different things. The art style for it was good and fun. No two runs are ever the same. And just whenever it is you make past your progress, it makes it so much better. You have like this sense of accomplishment. And that continues here for Hades 2. And I can just honestly say that it is worth a pickup for adding to anyone's Switch 2 collection. This next one, I bought it, have not been able to actually play it right now, but it's gotten really good reviews. I feel like just based alone on that, I can, with a good degree of confidence, suggest it for people. I do know that the learning curve for it is kind of steep, so take that with a grain of salt. But we have here for Kirby Air Riders. And I got super excited watching those directs, watching Sakurai play it, going through in the city mode, and I really can't wait to be able to experience it. I've actually been splitting my time between playing Pokemon Legends right now and another game, and so I haven't had time to play this right now. I would like to be able to devote some time before it to be able to play as a family and just be able to get around and doing that and experience it. But it just looks like a really fun time, and I've heard it's gotten really good reviews from people I've heard talk about it. Now, yes, they've said that it wasn't a perfect game for it, that it's great when you're playing it in for multiplayer mode, but when you're it doesn't offer so much for being for a single player. So I guess if you got friends to be able to play with, then yeah, it's a good game. But I mean, I guess more leaning towards the maybe for it. Now, the next few games. Oh, actually, there is one more game that's gotten critically reviews. I don't know 100% if I should be able to recommend it for y'all. It's coming out this week for Metroid Prime 4. It looks like an amazing game. I am kind of concerned how it's going to be with the open world and Trevor. I mean, hey, but I'm not going to say it looks great in the way that it ran, and I like watching it the way Samus just looks really cool riding there on the bike, and just I don't know how that's going to be. So that's probably going to be like a wait and see situation for me, just to see once people start playing it, kind of reviews come out for it. So maybe I shouldn't have mentioned that, but still, it can be on your radar. Be on the lookout for it. I mean, because it is on the 4th. You have time between then and for Christmas if it's something that you want to try to get it for someone, if they're a Metroid fan. This next game, I am actually... This isn't the Switch 2 version. I'm going to go ahead and say that now. This is one I would suggest for you to stay away from, and that is the Nintendo Switch 2 version for Super Mario Party Jamboree. And the reason I'm going to say to try to stay away from it, because I believe it's like Jamboree TV is like what it added. It's like an $80 game. Okay, that's not out of the realm of like for possibilities for wanting to get for a game. But what really does it for me is the fact that it's an $80 game that you, in order to take advantage of those features that it gives you, you have to have the camera, which is another $35, which means that you're looking at a $115 game. I'm sorry, I'd rather just play for the Switch, and this is a very good game. Played it with my family. We love the Mario Party games. We have every Mario Party game that came out for the Switch, and I was looking forward to getting it on the Switch too for those features. But then I started adding it all up, and the amount of content that it added just didn't do it for me to justify for that kind of price tag to be able to get. And so I'm just maybe something for y'all to be on the lookout for, might want to avoid. Now this next one, I am not criticizing this game because I do not want any hateful comments down in below for this. But to kind of try to stay away from these two games right here. And that is actually going to be for Hogwarts Legacy and Breath of the Wild. Hogwarts, specifically for the Hogwarts Legacy, the Switch 2 edition. Now, the reason I'm saying that you might want to stay away from these is not because they're game. I mean, played this on the Breath of the Wild for the Nintendo Switch 2. It was great. Ran smooth. It takes any issues that you had with Breath of the Wild on the first Switch, they took care of them all here on the Switch 2. So that's not the problem. Problem is, as much as expensive as this game is, vast majority of the people probably already have Breath of the Wild. So they could just pay the $10 difference for the upgrade pack to be able to play this. So I that's why I'm saying maybe try to stay with, or unless they're just really big Legend of Zelda fans. I mean, I that's why I got this, because I wanted to have it. Since it's full on cartridge, Legend of Zelda fan, I have like almost every Legend of Zelda game except for the ones that came out for the 3DS. But all the others, I've got them. And so I wanted to keep that up. Now, as far as Hogwarts Legacy, for as expensive as it was, and it was almost essentially like a port, just get the regular one on the Switch. It's a lot cheaper. Pay the $10 upgrade feature rather than going for the Nintendo Switch 2 edition. That's just for in these times trying to save you some money. And so now there are some other ones that I have that I don't have for the Switch one that I wanted to just to let you know about them. The first one is for the Nintendo Switch 2 edition for Kirby and the Forgotten Lands. I played the Forgotten Lands, loved the game, and essentially what you're getting for the Switch 2 amounts to just almost DLC. It's not really worth it to try to get the Switch 2 edition for it. Yeah, you can pay the upgrade if you have the Forgotten Lands and just get the Switch 2 upgrade pack for it that way. Then I guess that really does make it officially DLC at that point. So just kind of try to stay away from that one. And these next two that I have not played them, but for Civilization 6, I've heard really good things about it, but what I didn't know about it was until I started researching it and hearing some people talk about it. It's essentially a code in box. Boo. No. Code in boxes are garbage. I'm just saying, it's not worth your money unless you are, if you don't care. If it's a code in box, then by all means, go ahead and pick it up. And the last game that I have to try to stay away, it is also a code in box. But I've heard it's a phenomenal game. So you got to take that with however it is you want it. And that was for Split Fiction. Now, the negative about it is a two-person game. You have to have two people playing. And there's not like single player, then you have an AI. It's two player. So that's the only way to be able to play the game. So that's why I'm saying might want to try to stay away from it. Now, these next few games that I have, I'm going to say honorable mentions because they aren't fully on cartridge games. I did not mean to put this one in here, but these are 3 games that I've played. Very good games. And we have right here for Raidou Remastered. This was a very good game. And yes, the reason I say they're honorable mentions is because it's a game key card. So whatever your feelings on that situation is, but I feel that despite being a game key card, it was a very good game, very fun. I really enjoyed playing with it. And just the demon collecting and all the different aspects that they included inside this game was just a fun time. I thoroughly enjoyed it. The next one is actually for Yakuza 0, the director's cut. And the reason I'm saying to try to pick this up is because, yes, this was a very good game. The gameplay was addictive. I was hooked onto the story from the very beginning. I was actually kind of amazed at some of the graphics that they had in there, just looking at it and how all the detail that went into that game. And yeah, and the fact that we have Kiwami 1, Kiwami 2 just got released. 3 is in the works. So you want a place to start at, this is your start. So if you don't mind a game key card, I would highly recommend picking up this game. And this next one, it isn't a Switch 2 game. It is for the Switch, for Red Dead Redemption. And the reason I'm including it in here as like an honorable mention is because it has a free Switch 2 upgrade. So you can just take this game, pop it in, and get the upgrade for free on your Nintendo Switch 2. And it makes the game run at a solid 60 frames per second. I don't know if it actually included any for like an upgrade for how the graphics and everything looked for it. I don't remember if it had like supported like 4K or anything like that, but I just know that it just ran a lot smoother, and a lot of the issues in that it adds in mouse control features for the Switch 2, which I probably won't utilize, even though I know the Switch 2, the mouse controls was supposed to be like a really good selling feature. They don't have very many games that have them, and most of the games that they do, I'm like, I don't really need them that much. At least that's just me personally. I know some people that are just like absolutely thrilled for any game that comes out and has the mouse controls for them to be able to utilize them, and that's them. I just haven't found the game right now where I was like, I have to use it. But so this is like my holiday buying. I don't know exactly how many numbers of games that was, but just some recommendations for you to try to get for either your collection, maybe for Christmas, like ask for people to try to get them for you, or if you want to get them for yourself, like some people do, they just Christmas shop for themselves, or for other people in your life that are gaming enthusiasts, they got a Switch 2, looking for some games to be able to play on it. So, anyways, I hope you all like this video. Please subscribe if you're someone new. Thank you very much for watching. I greatly appreciate each and every single one of you for just all the views, everything you do for me to help the channel to keep growing. Share it with friends, people that you know that like this kind of content. Throw a like on the button. Throw a like on this video. Yes, by hitting that button, hit that subscribe button, hype up the video, comment down below if any of these games, either you have them, if you've played them, want to recommend them to other people, or if were looking to maybe get them for someone in your life that needs them, or you ask for people to get them for you for Christmas. I'd be interested. I'm sure other people would be interested to be able to see, like, okay, I'm not the only one who wants this game. Or I'm not the only one who liked this game. Or even if there's games that are here I didn't mention that you've played, that you think that other people should be aware of for the Nintendo Switch 2 for this holiday season. So, anyways, thank you all very much again, and I will see you all next time.